Meeting of the Harwich Voter Information Committee to order. Everyone is present and accounted for in person, so I don't think we need to do a roll call vote if we don't have anyone attending remotely. So I will jump right on to vote to approve the minutes of July 27, 2022. Did everyone have a chance to review those?
Yes.
Okay, any questions, comments, changes?
No.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved?
And I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, it's unanimous. No public comment today? No? Okay, no public comment today. So we'll jump right into old business. The info sheets. Thank you, Joy, for putting together the gorgeous design. I think they look fantastic. I think we're complete on how to join a board or committee. We have all the info we need there.
Okay.
How to register to vote. That seems complete to me. And then the general voter information committee is good to go. So the one that's still kind of in progress is the guide to town meeting. Mm-hmm. We previously had a draft that Chris Joyce had been working on in a previous fiscal year that I think is in our records, our archive.
Okay.
So I could pull that up and do a little bit of work in putting some info there. But I think the other three are ready to go.
Okay.
Do we need a vote to approve them, or are we ready to just, I feel like...
I mean, if you
think
want,
they're
I
ready.
move that we approve the release of the 3 info sheets.
Excellent.
And hold the Howard
And we'll hold the...
meeting.
Yep.
one.
Right.
Yep. So, all right, so we had a motion to approve these 3. I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent.
And do we want to talk about the dissemination plan for them?
I think that's a good idea. I think we had previously discussed having them on our webpage. So, Trish, if you don't mind uploading those final color copies to the webpage. I can print copies, and I have the acrylic displayers. So I think we could set up a few of those and put them, in good central locations. And then just keep an eye on them to see when they need to be replenished.
Okay. I believe when Emily Mitchell was here, she was open to displaying those
Perfect.
at the clerk's office so we can get copies to her.
All right. I can email those to Emily.
Okay. Tricia, for the website, do you want me to convert these into JPEGs? Is that easier for you?
Sure, that'd be great.
Okay.
All right, and other locations for display? We'll obviously do this at the library, I think would be a good central place.
We have the various community bulletin boards at the community center, the grocery stores, that sort of thing. I don't know what the rules are about post offices. I know those are a little different sometimes.
Those have to be approved, is my understanding. Anytime we display anything for the library, you have to take it to someone to have it stamped and approved before you can display it.
I
not
don't
know
know if we
that.
think that's worth it
Yeah.
to pursue.
I think it can't hurt.
I'm
Yeah.
happy to do that if you want.
Okay, that would be great.
Are you gonna hit all the spots, Joy, or do you wanna?
Sure,
have me-
I can
okay.
do that, yeah.
All right.
What about the community center? I could approach Carol and Carrie at the community center about display there.
Sure, and they have a relatively active social media presence, so perhaps they could share on their
Sure.
Facebook page.
Absolutely. Any other ideas for distribution?
Maybe a Chamber of do people go to Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah, that would be another great location.
I could
Um,
send it to Cindy Williams and see if
That'd be
she'd post
great.
it.
Yeah, thank you. That would be great.
Do we want to see if at least the high school, well, really only register to vote
Yeah.
would apply for that. I'm just trying to think of other quasi-municipal entities.
I think you're right. The high school would really only be how to register to vote, and I
Yeah.
have a sense that we've had a discussion about this before, and there is a mechanism in place for voter registration through the high school. So,
Are any of the public safety offices open to the public, like the police station or the fire station? Not that, I'm just thinking of public
Yeah.
bulletin boards, not necessarily that people who are in those positions are going to be looking.
Yeah.
So I guess,
I know the lobby of the public safety building on Sisson Road is open. You know, another municipal place though across the street is 204 Sisson Road, formerly known as the Cultural Center. So we could certainly reach out to the new director and see if they would be interested in posting. I'm sure that they have some sort of public bulletin board.
they do.
Oh, have you? Good.
Yeah, I have worked with Kara in another role, so I would be happy to send it to her as well.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, so I'm just kind of scanning town in my brain, trying to think of other locations. But I think we've hit most of them. If we think of other places, we can certainly add that to the list, but I think that's a pretty good start.
Council on Aging.
Oh, that's a good idea. I could, because there are multiple departments housed in the community center, maybe making sure that we're touching base with all of these. And we could certainly ask, it's a lot of text for the slideshow on Channel 18. I think maybe something scaled back, if we could create just a slide saying, visit the Voter Information Committee website for more info. That might be a good way to go for Channel 18. But I could certainly, when I talk to Carolyn at the community center, I will also talk to Julie at the COA.
Right, and I was thinking more, because I know the COA has a more regular newsletter,
Yeah.
that it could be included in that,
Mhm.
in addition to any sort of public postings.
I think the deadline is coming up for that, yeah.
The community center now has a monthly newsletter.
Oh,
as well,
okay.
Their own.
Oh, fantastic.
Great. I don't think I'm signed up for that yet, so
I am
thank you.
either.
All right. So community center newsletter, COA newsletter, also posted in the building would be good. And we'll get something to Jamie for Channel 18. That's a scaled down version.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
I will take care of that.
Yeah, awesome, thank you. I think I will take these as well to our, oh, that's what I left out. Jumping down the agenda a bit, we have our annual meeting with the Board of Selectmen on 10/24, so I think I will bring copies for them as well that
Great.
evening. And I'm going to need to include the info sheets on my report, because I did not do that. All right, these look great.
Good
I'm
start.
excited. I think that
Yeah.
is a good start. So I would like to, if you guys agree, postpone discussion of Town Meeting 101, the CPA, municipal finance, and the calendar until the next meeting.
Sure.
I do want to give you a quick update. Special town meeting, October 18th, Tuesday, the community center. I did record a podcast with Dan Pelletier on Article 1, which relates to water and wastewater projects. And that is live on the library's podcast page and has been shared in a couple of places. And Dan is also going to distribute that. I was wondering if you could add a link on our Voter Information
course.
Committee webpage to that podcast. He did a great job kind of outlining. There's a lot in that article, so he did a good job of breaking it down for the voters and explaining it. So I think that will be helpful. But no other programming around special town meeting. That was kind of the one thing that needed to be highlighted this time around. So that wraps up old business, unless.
So I
anything
do
else. Yep.
see signing up for news and alerts.
Oh, yes.
Which I apparently missed.
So that is
Meeting.
actually, that is something that's in progress that Jamie and I have been working on. There were some changes to the platform.
Right, the provider
Yep,
change.
and so we were waiting for, and I think we're still waiting for.
Okay, so that's
No,
still
we
on.
have it?
We have the new graphics, they're up on the website.
Okay.
That's done.
Okay,
We just upgraded that system to a 2.0 version. I'm waiting for us to get over the special town meeting hump and the November election.
Yeah.
To bring everyone into, train on the
Train.
new 2.0 platform. But if anyone's been into it before, it operates the same, so it just looks different. But
So would it be wise to hold off on any sort of informational materials encouraging people to sign up, or does it not matter from that end
It
of it?
does not matter from that end.
Okay.
That's just kind of like the administrative end, of trying to get more people to be users instead of just me.
Why would you want that?
But yeah, it did take us a while to get new graphics, and then
Okay.
the website company was dragging their feet a little bit to make those changes. So, but it's all set, and you can see that on the notify me button on the town website.
Okay. So Jamie and I had planned to do like a walkthrough video of that at some point. I think it's a really visual thing,
Okay.
and I think info sheets would work for some users, but some people need the visual of like click here, move there. It is very visual.
Right.
So my suggestion would be to hold off on
Okay,
that for
that's
right
fine.
now.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't
Yeah.
overlooking something.
Jamie, that's certainly something that in the future, if you wanted some help with reaching out to this committee, would be a good place to
Yeah.
start. All right. All right, so I think that wraps up
Yes.
old business. Okay, thank you for,
Good eye.
I did kind of skip through that, so thank you. So new business, our annual meeting with the Board of Selectmen, I shared with you all, I believe the invitation from the board.
Yes.
For our annual meeting, which is scheduled for October the 24th. I don't have a time confirmation, but I'm assuming it's 6 p.m., the normal Board of Selectmen, so I will be there. I do have a draft here for you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get this out ahead of time for you to read.
Oh, thank you.
This is just a draft annual report, and I've already recognized that I left off the info sheets that we've been working on, so I will go back and add a blurb about that, and I will attach those to the report as well. But if you guys don't mind taking a minute to read through and you can give me some input.
I just had a couple little typo-y type things.
Perfect, thank you. Thank you for catching those.
Do you want?
I am in
just-
need of a permanent, proofreader. Thank you.
I have some too. I haven't
Excellent.
Gotten, they're probably the same. I haven't gotten to the second page yet, sorry.
That's okay.
Those years of proofing newspapers right on deadline.
Best. That's awesome. I could use that in my life.
Until it gets to be too much. Some of the people in my life don't appreciate the frequent correction.
All right, thank you so much. All right,
But
perfect.
it-
So
I mean,
content-wise,
Content-wise is great.
Yes.
awesome.
With the addition of the.
Right, I didn't note that on.
Yes, with the addition of the info sheets, I think that will be good. So I listed, I'm always a little bit confused by the annual town report because we're providing it in October. Is it for the previous fiscal year? Is it for a 12-month period from October to October? I never really know, but I felt compelled to include our previous members, Pam and Chris, because
yeah,
they were
absolutely.
here for these. So, okay, good. Thank you. I just needed some confirmation that you
Definitely on board
were in
with that.
agreement that was the way to go. So, as you were reading through this, yes, so we'll move on to other. You are now aware, having read this, that my intention is to resign from the committee as of October the 25th, the day after we present this report to the board. And I, didn't come to this decision easily, but I've accepted a new professional position that I think is going to require a lot of time, and I just feel like I need to focus on that. But I feel very strongly that the work that this committee does is so important, and so I've been reaching out to past members and other community members that I think might be interested in joining in an effort to recruit. So I'm hoping that by the time I am handing in my notice of resignation, that other people are stepping forward so that the work can continue. Because it will be very difficult with just two of you to come up with a quorum of members to meet. So,
It's
yeah,
very
that's
sad.
well, you know what? I've really enjoyed it. It's been fantastic, and I will come back to it at some point in the future.
Yes.
But right now, in this moment, I need to focus on other things. So
It makes
that's where
perfect
we are.
sense, but thank you for your commitment and just the incredible amount of work and thoughtfulness and care that you have put into this group.
Thank
It's
you.
impressive, and I think you've definitely left your mark on the committee.
Thanks.
In a good
I
way.
appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. I can't imagine, I know that, I can't even imagine who's going to be the chair. I mean,
Couple of newbies
Couple
here
of
trying to
newbies
figure our
and,
way through it.
Well,
I mean, you certainly left a great groundwork
Yes.
for it, and everything is online, and so it's
Yeah.
you guys have a good
Set a great
archive of
model
material.
for-
And that was in place when I came into the committee. The outline of programs has been long-standing even before my time. So really, this has been built on the work of all of our previous members. So I feel like, although it would be new, there'd be a lot of new, fresh faces on the committee. There's a nice outline there to follow. What changes every year is not the slate of programs, but the information that's covered in those programs based on what positions are contested, on the ballot, and what the specific articles are on the warrant. So I think that you guys are going to be more than capable of handling it. I do want to get you some assistance. So if you know of other people who might be interested, feel free to share my contact information with them if they want to chat about what the committee entails and the time commitment and that sort of thing. Because I do want to see it continue. I think it's really important work. It's really helpful for the voters to have access to this information, and helpful to the department heads to get information out in a way that, is useful. So,
definitely.
yeah,
Thank you for your service,
absolutely.
the fantastic example you've set for us.
Thank you for joining, and I look forward to seeing where you guys head in the next year or so. So upcoming meetings, I'm gonna just leave that blank
Yes.
for,
Yeah. I
I
for
think that
right
should
now.
just be TBD
Yep,
for the moment.
TBD for the moment. And special town meeting is October the 18th, 6 o'clock at the Community Center, 100 Oak Street. It'll be the day after I start my new position, so I might be a little
Busy.
bleary-eyed, but yeah.
Do we want to do any materials or information encouraging people, reminding people of special town meeting coming, encouraging them to participate?
That would be, I think that,
I had it on the website, but then I took it off when the date changed, so
Right.
I need
Yeah.
to, I
update
can put
it.
it back on.
And
Right.
I believe we had a flyer from the last one. We could just update the dates.
Perfect. Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
could update that and share that with Tricia, and we can get that on the website, that would be great. I know the library, and I'm sure the community center have social media posts scheduled and that sort of thing.
Right.
So there's that. I always keep an eye out for the signs, you know, at the end of Oak Street and around town, so I'm sure that those will go out soon.
Yes.
But if not, we could always put a bug in somebody's ear to,
And hopefully we can connect with Jamie to send out something on Civic Ready and
Yeah.
make sure that all of those reminders are going out.
Yes, I know the warrant just went out.
Yes.
Yeah, I got
So
that.
did you get that as well? Good. The final warrant, and then the maps for Article 1 went out. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's good. Good
Perfect.
progress. All right. Any other business? No, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.